Okay, Sistas fans, now the question is Maurice worth saving? Or should I be more specific? Is Maurice worth bailing out of jail? No. No. I mean, I've seen a number of fans come up with ideas since last night of how to get the money. And look, I get it. I mean, Bio, in my opinion, shouldn't, and I don't think he will help, because I did a separate video on all the reasons why it would make absolutely no sense if you were to do this. You don't know Maurice, you barely know Sabrina, and why would you bail out? I mean, oh, well, he's going to help Maurice because he'll hope that will get him closer to Sabrina. I'm pretty sure this guy has other wives or other women he's been courting. They haven't asked for that much money up front. And to help out somebody that you don't even know is innocent of a crime, you're taking Sabrina at her word and you barely know her. Helping Maurice is stupid if he does decide to do it. Well, you know what? Sabrina has 87,000. Calvin said, he has 20 grand. Okay, that's a little over 100,000, but the bail is 1.5 million, not billion. What about, they asked the people at the Pride Bar to help? 1.5 million. Where are they going to get that from? Have y'all seen the price of eggs and gas? Come on now. So I just really feel like Maurice keep going on about, I can't stay in here much longer. At this point, go ahead and sign the documents. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but just because he signs the documents doesn't mean they can go out and arrest Sabrina immediately because she's out on bail. The document, from my understanding, is simply, Maurice, you sign it and you get to walk, but you have to testify against Sabrina when the court case happens. And I've said this plenty of times. If Maurice is downtrodden, if he's down so low, well, maybe that's not the best phrase when talking about Maurice. If he's so distraught about his circumstances that he decides to give Sabrina up, even if it's him versus Sabrina in court, I think he would actually lose. Sabrina has way more in her corner to help her win than Maurice. First of all, she got Andy. Yes, Andy isn't a criminal attorney, but I feel like Andy would pull all her resources to get a good criminal attorney to help out her friend. Especially since we know she's not a fan of Maurice's stank attitude, as we saw in the last episode. And to mention, Maurice is the one that got him into this mess to begin with. But I really do feel like a few things. Number one, Sabrina could say, well, Maurice was the one who was fraternizing with the criminal to begin with. He was staying at his apartment. Number two, when it came to the robbery, if I were the mastermind behind it, why would I hit the alarm to contact the police and stop the robbery that was in progress from happening? Why would I do that? Then on top of that, I think if Calvin found out Maurice gave Sabrina up, he would side with her. And him being present at the apartment and whatnot, he would be against Maurice too. Maurice would only get a temporary leniency by being able to walk around a free man before he gets locked up again if he decides to give up Sabrina, go to court, and then he loses. But also the fact that, Sabrina, what was it, Andy and Danny both telling Sabrina the same thing. Look, you're going through all this trouble to help out Maurice, but how do you know he's not going to run, Sabrina? How do you know he's not going to try to leave Atlanta? And as a result, that $1.5 million you scrape up, you won't be able to get that back if he doesn't appear in court. Oh, I know he won't run. You don't know. He's your friend or whatever, but you really don't know him, Sabrina. You think you have a grasp on the man's character, but you don't. I don't think Maurice would actually stay there. I think he'll try to get the heck out of town. And that's another thing. Currently, these two aren't working. Well, obviously they were both locked up. I don't think Sabrina's going to be able to go back to work until the investigation is over and it's proven that she's innocent. And I don't think she's getting paid when she's, not working. She has $87,000. She already said that my mom is sick and I have to support her. If you put up all of your money for Maurice, then how are you going to survive? How are you going to pay rent, buy food, this, that, and the third? What are you going to do? That's why I said the best thing you can do, it sucks, but keep him in jail. That way you can do what you can on the outside. So when it does come time to go to, the court hearing, you can present a case strong enough to, get Q proven to be the, deceiver, and then get out of jail, get all your bail money back, and you're good to go. But I don't think Maurice is worth it. There are people like, yeah, free Maurice, do what you want, but no. Nuh-uh. It doesn't seem like the smart move. Not to mention, what is the use? What is the use? I mean, I think that at least with Maurice, we're seeing more of his behind bars mentality and what he's up to. Heck, at least we got to see him in a jail cell last week, which is more than we could say of what we saw with Sabrina when she got locked up. But I do feel like it's just a lost cause at this point. I'm happy to see him locked up because maybe this will give him a chance to think about the consequences of his stupid actions. I mean, it's just dumb because being stupid is what led to him and Sabrina getting locked up in the first place. And if you have him turned against Sabrina, as I've already mentioned, it's not going to go so well for him. But yeah, I don't think it's worth getting $1.5 million to get this man out of jail. I think the best thing that can be done is to wait to handle this in court. But what do you think? If Bio doesn't help, how do you think they're going to get the money? If he does help, I would not be too happy about that. And I know some people love Maurice as a character. He's good in small doses, but when he just does too much a lot of the time. But that's just my opinion. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that he needs to stay locked up for a while so we can learn the, era of his decision making? Or do you think that he needs to, justice for Maurice? But I don't really think it matters. What matters is that they go to court and win. But that's just me. So let's talk about it more in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.